Hi. For those that want to know how to install a carburetor, I just got my carburetor rebuilt this past week, so now it's time to install. So the first thing you want to do is wipe off the base plate of the intake, make sure it's good and clean, and then you put your gasket on, make sure it fits properly, like so. There we go, and now check it, make sure it looks good. And then next you need the carburetor. Oh, we want to make sure get it the right way. So it goes on like this. You'll see what's happening on this side now. There we go. Now we got it on, then we got to put on our vacuum line. I'll just tighten it up later. So the most important thing is your fuel line here, where your gas comes into your carburetor. You want to make sure that you get it on and make sure you got it tight. I guess the first thing I should do is put the 4 bolts on to hold the carburetor. And you just wrench it on. And then you gotta come around the other side, do the same thing. This one next, so opposite of the other side. You don't want to drop the bolts down inside the intake, because it'll be a heck of a job to get out. I'll put this one on. Make sure you don't cross-thread it. You can pretty well hand tighten it all the way down pretty much there. Now just wrench it down. Then I'll do this one. You don't tighten that down completely until you got all 4 bolts on, and then you want to go across and tighten them down so they go down evenly. Now this is going to be the toughest one because it's kind of the way of the dash pot here, so hopefully I can get it in there without losing it. I'll probably pull that out for a bit there just to make sure. And you just snug it down more. I'll do this one. Then I'll do this one. Yeah, that's good. Then I gotta hook up this vacuum line here, which goes here into the intake. And I got this vacuum line too. I'm gonna tighten that down after. Let's go back here on this side again. I'll put this on again. This is the toughest one here to get it started. There we go, got it going now. Be a good idea to put a rag underneath there in case it doesn't go on, falls in there. It's just going to land on the rag and not into the underneath the intake. Because I don't want to be taking the intake off to get a bolt out. I'd probably do it with a magnetic screwdriver. Now I need the proper size wrench to put the fuel line back on. Oops. Need to leave the light on. We'll just check this one. Oh yeah, that's the right one. And this is a 1/2 inch. And for the put the mounting bolts on the carburetor onto the intake. They are called the 12 millimeter. So I got the 12 millimeter bolts on here. I'll just tighten that down a little bit more. See, I can reach over and do it. Yeah, that one's good. And I can just feel and there we go. So now we got to do the fuel line. And again, you don't want to cross-thread it. And once you get it all hooked up, ready to go, you start up the car, and then first thing you do is check to make sure there's no leakage on the line going into the carburetor, because that can cause a fire and destroy your engine perhaps your car, you don't get it out in time. So you want to start it up and make sure that there is no leakage in here. Then you got to hook up the rod that goes from the accelerator pedal onto the carburetor. Now when that's all done, it should be ready to go, and put your air cleaner on. Well, make sure it's not leaking first when you start it. But that's about all there is in putting the carburetor on. Okay, over and out, and signing off now on this video.